Welcome, race fans, to Redline TV as we get ready to bring you flag-to-flag coverage here of the 60-plus Racing League today in the Indycars. And what was the other one they're running? The Pro Mazdas?
Formula Renault.
Formula Renault. Thank you, Charles. But anyway, folks, welcome here to Redline TV. We've been away for about a week or so here. They didn't run last week due to the iRacing build. And then we're a little bit coming in a little bit later here in the afternoon here with their broadcast as time change issues here with the daylight savings time. But anyway, I'm Jeff Dotson alongside Charles Smith here. So welcome, Charles.
Yep, glad to be here, man. This should be really great here at Monza.
Yes, the Indy cars will just fly around this beautiful racing facility here in Monza, and I think it'll be a great race to watch today with the Formula Renaults compared against the Indy cars, because I think it's going to be another one of those races, Charles, where we just see the Indy cars within a couple laps just starting to catch up with the back of the Formula Renault pack and starting to pass them and lap them.
Oh yeah, definitely that's going to come in play as it always almost does.
All right, folks, we're just a few minutes away here from the gridding process, so we're going to step away real quick and listen to the invocation.
Almighty God, please bless the preparation and performance of these racers today, believers and non-believers alike. Allow the spirit of friendship to overcome the spirit of conflict and anger. May all participants feel your presence and the joy of competition and mastery. Thank you for this opportunity, and may all continue in good health. In the power of your name, amen.
All right, folks, we're back after that now. And we're going to get you through the gridding process here of today's race. All right, starting on the pole position here in the IndyCar class, we have Donald Strout with a qualifying time of 1:32.491. So congratulations to Donald for grabbing the pole position. And starting beside him is Jos Vandeven in second place. Starting in third place will be Andrew Fiedler. Bruce Poole will start fourth. Stephen Kartner will start in fifth, and Marcel Gutierrez will start in sixth. I believe that does round out the field. Andy Morgan will round out the field in seventh, I believe. I believe Remigio De Pasqua is starting first on the Formula Renaults, correct?
Yes, it is. I do believe it's a home track for him as well.
Yes,
so
it is.
Good for him. Starting second will be Scott Dick. Starting third will be Kenneth Baldwin. Starting fourth, Jim Oliver. Richard Columbi will be starting fifth. Gianni Rispato will start sixth. Jose Carlos Campodonico will start seventh, and rounding out the field will be Joel Martin.
Alrighty, yep, and it's also a hometown track for Gianni and Jose Carlos Campodonico as well.
Yes, it is.
All right, these guys will be turning 14 laps around Monza here today, and the pace car will roll off, and these guys will get underway. As you see it starting there under the bridge of the old oval there of Monza, so they ain't got very much longer to go here. It's starting about halfway point here around the track to get this race started. So we will see that pace car dive into pit road here momentarily, and we'll get this race underway. Remember, folks, there are no full course cautions in this road course series. It's only local enforced cautions, so we won't see them behind that pace car anymore today once it pulls off.
Oh, we've already got a crash.
We've got a wreck under caution. What? Or pace lap, I mean. That ain't good. That's never a good sign when you have a wreck under pacing.
Well, could be tires just ain't come up to temp yet. They're probably really cold.
Yeah, I believe that was Marcel Gutierrez in the IndyCar there that had that issue.
I think you're right.
All right, folks, well, Donald Strout will lead them to the start here, and we'll see the pace car pull off for the first and last time of the day here. And we will get these These guys underway here for 14 laps around Monza. Should be fairly quick in these cars. All right, there's the green flag, and we're underway here at Monza for the 60 Plus Racing League. And wow, look at that start Donald Strout got. He's already pulling away from these guys on the straightaway as they're getting ready to dive into the first turn here, the dreaded first chicane.
Yeah, what a start by Donald.
Yeah. We'll see how some of these guys make it through this first chicane here. We know this is a very tough, tight, technical section of the race course. It looks like the Indycars will get through there pretty good, okay there, without any incidents here. Let's go back here and take a look at Marcel Gutierrez here at the back of the pack in the Indy cars. Yeah, it looks like all the Indy cars made it around through there okay. Let's take a look at Remigio De Pasqua. He started the pole position here in the Formula Renault class here. It looks like all those guys made it around the first chicane as well without any issues. I think that's a section to watch throughout the afternoon there, Charles, is that first chicane where we see, if there's anybody racing with one another, or we see them possibly, trying to get a pass there. It's really not a passing area, but we've seen stuff like that happen before, and sometimes a lot of wrecks happen there. So I think we'll have to watch that corner to see if guys don't get in there okay. And I think that'll be a possible point for some accidents today, as well as that second chicane. It's kind of tough as well.
Yeah, people are if they're going to get side by side there going into that corner, somebody's going to have to give.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's ride along here for a few minutes on the cockpit view of Remigio De Pasqua, as he is the current leader here of the Formula Renault class.
He's starting to pull away. Second and third kind of went off in the boot. Oh, we have a pass for second. Scott Dick moved it to second. Good battle shaping up for second.
Yeah, it is. Wow, look at this racing action here between Scott Dick and these other drivers here. Wow, four-car battle here almost. Oh, man, they're touching tires. That was Kenneth Baldwin and Scott Dick, I believe there. Yeah, Kenneth Baldwin and Scott Dick trading some paint here, but technically you can't trade paint in these cars of the wheelbase issue there, so they were trading rubber, I guess you could say. Man, this is some great racing already, and we're only one lap in here in the Formula Renault class. Let's go up here and take a look at Donald Strout's lead here. I apologize about that right there, folks. For some reason when I went to Donald Strout, it put me on the scenic camera. I thought he actually was out of the race, but got back to it here. And man, just look at this, Charles. Look at Donald Strout. And we've only completed 2 laps, and he's already got a 6.2 lead over second place Joost van de Ven.
Yeah, he's really just pulling away.
Yes, he is.
We got Andrew Fiddler's off the track. Looks like he's going to go back to the garage.
Yeah, we've got Andrew Fiddler here in a pit stall here. We've got Joost van de Ven off the racetrack here as well.
Yeah, Joe's crashed. He's lost his front end.
Yeah, this is terrible. He was having such a great run there. Bruce Poole battling for second position. And we're watching him here now, and he's lost that front wing, and he's went off into sand trap because he has no downforce there on the car. So
yeah, he will hop the curb right in the wall he went.
Tough break for Joost van de Ven. Well, since we see that happening, sadly, to Joost, let's go check on Andrew Fiddler here, who was on pit road, and I believe you said it looked like he was headed for the garage area.
Yeah, he just pulled over and he went back to the pits.
Take a look here at the...
He does have some rear wing damage, so something did happen.
Yep, that's right. for some reason, folks, camera controls aren't working here too well. I know a former colleague of mine here that is another broadcaster has been having some issues with the IRTVO camera controls, so I do apologize that there may be a few I might not be able to go to this afternoon here, as it looks like I can't go to the rear chase view as we'll show the front end of the Ford EcoBoost IndyCar here of Andrew Fiedler. But we'll go to Joost van de Ven here, as I believe he is on pit road now. Yep, he just entered. Man, he limped that broken down race car all the way back around. So the good thing is he was able to limp that thing around. Do they have a quick fix here today, Charles? I believe that, yeah, they do.
They have two.
They have two, okay. Well, great. Well, Joost van de Ven was able to use his quick fix here and get back out onto the racetrack here, so that's good to see. But sadly, he will be back at the back of the IndyCar field here.
I'm also seeing some front end damage on Joel Martin.
Joel Martin. Let's go take a look at Joel Martin's car here. See this front end damage. Yep, I won't be able to look at it because, as I said, my rear chase view camera is not working for some reason. I don't understand why. I do apologize. I'll try to get a view as best as I can of it here.
Yeah, he just pulled in. He just pulled in the pits.
And I do apologize, folks. My camera controls messed up again, and I was on the wrong car. That was Jim Oliver you were looking at, not Joel Martin. But yeah, Joel Martin is in the pits here.
Good battle shaping up for second in the IndyCars.
Let's go check this out. This is Donald Strout, the race leader, with Bruce Poole. Yeah, wow, we just seen a couple laps ago here. Donald Strout had a 6-second lead over Joost van de Ven. After all of this is taken into consideration here, we've got Bruce Poole catching him.
Actually, Karkner's in second now. He passed Poole.
I see that. Let's go back here and take a look at Steven Karkner. Yep, they've gained a second on him now from Joost van de Ven's only being 6 seconds back. Oh no, Bruce Poole just spun out.
It's going to be tricky to get turned back around here.
Yeah, it is. Oh, but he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see y'all caught that there on the camera there when he was riding with Steven Karkner.
Oh, Remigio. He's went off a little bit. He got it back going, but now Scott Dick is right on his tail.
Oh, no. Let's go back and take a look at Remigio de Pasqua here. Yeah, you're right about that. He did go off a little bit there, and Scott Dick is right on him now. Man, this battle here is shaping up. We do see Steven Karkner has closed in a little bit more now on Donald Strout. He is now just 4.7 seconds behind, so we know Steven's starting to get his engine running here and get up through there. Yeah, this is also a great battle back here.
Karkner just had an off. Oh, he just went off.
Yes, he did. I noticed that. Oh, no. Andy Morgan now takes over second place.
These guys are really going after the second play in there. And also, you notice they're starting to pass those Formula Renaults really fast.
Yes, they are. Yeah, we talked about that. That would happen there. Oh, but Steven Karkner off again. Oh, man, he's just got a handful of that 75 car here.
He's lucky. Yeah, he hasn't hit anything, though, so far, so he's really good.
Andy Morgan just missed a car that was sideways right there in that corner. He was in a blind spot. Let's go back and take a look at this.
We got a car flipping. Oh, we got a car flipping. Oh, it's Bruce Poole.
Oh, no. We'll go back and take a look at Bruce Poole in a second, folks. But I want to go back here and take a look at this replay here of Andy Morgan. He just barely missed. Oh, it was Jose Carlos Capodonico with a Formula Renault. He was around right there in a blind spot in that corner. We see that right here as we're paused. Wow, that was amazing right there, how he just took that. Oh, wow, he got off in the sand trap a little bit, and some other people did get around him. Oh, wow. Let's go back and try to take a look at Bruce Poole here real quick and see his flip. I think it might be kind of too late now, as I only am able to go back about 60 seconds. Oh, he still flipped right here on this camera shot. Let's go back here a little bit, and we'll watch his car. We're riding on board here right now. I went a little too far back here. I'm not really seeing Bruce Poole. Oh, yeah! Bruce Poole hit Carlos Capodonico there. When the other guys missed him, he was backing up a little bit there, it looked like. And wow, Bruce Poole just clipped him and flipped. That looked nuts. Wow. And Bruce Poole is still sitting on pit road. Back up front here to the race leader, Donald Strout. He now has a 15.3 second lead over second place, Steven Kartner. Wow, that's just amazing, Charles, at how far out he's gotten. As we've seen just some crazy battles between the guys back here in second place, and we've seen him even get caught up in some incidents that has happened in the Formula Renault category.
It seems the closing rate's even more insane on this track. Obviously, the long, long straightaways.
Exactly. All right, folks, we are halfway through this race right now. We're going to give you a little bit of a rundown here where your drivers are right now. Donald Strout started on the pole position, and he is still leading this race, and he has just a substantial lead over the rest of the drivers here. We got second place here of Steven Kartner. He's had a pretty up and down day here racing with these guys around second place. He started fifth, so he's moved a few spots up, so that's good for Steven. And then we've got third place here of Marcel Gutierrez, who started sixth and is up to third, so he's picked up positions too. And I believe that was last starting position for the IndyCar category here. And then right behind Marcel Gutierrez, it looks like we have Andy Morgan. Morgan started his day off in seventh place, so we take that back. There were 7 Indycars that started the race. Marcel Gutierrez was not the guy that started in last place. It was Andy Morgan. He's currently running in fourth position. And we've got Joost van de Ven, who started second, and he is currently running in the fifth position due to an incident that he got involved into. That's a tough break for Joost as we look at his car here, but he's got that car repaired and he's back up to running the race car. He's trying to get back up to a better position than fifth currently. And then we got running in, I believe the other 2 Indy cars are still out, aren't they? They're back on the racetrack, but ticker's not actually showing where they are right now.
Yeah, they're behind actually 2 of the Formula Renaults.
Yeah, so yeah, we know that those guys have had an up and down day. One of them being Bruce Poole, who started fourth and is currently running in sixth place. And then the guy right behind him, which would be Andrew Fiedler, who started third. He's had an up and down day as well, and he's currently running last in the IndyCar field in seventh. But your current race leader for the Formula Renaults is still Remigio De Pasqua. We'll go back here and take a look at him. He's right behind the 2 cars that are last in the IndyCars category. And it looks like Remigio has been able to pull away a tad bit here on competitor Scott Dick, as Scott is still running in second place. All right, folks. Well, we're going to take away step away for a quick commercial break here for a second. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Here is a quick look at your current top 5 here overall. All right, folks, welcome back after the commercial break. There's only 4 laps to go here in the Monza race for the 60-plus Racing League today. And I tell you, Charles, I think this has been one of the quickest races that these guys have had this season. We've only been broadcasting right now, or recording, I should say, for about 24 minutes, and we've only got 4 laps to go.
Oh yeah, it's Monza, fast pace. It's gonna run down fast.
Exactly. All right, we're looking here at the leaders in the Formula Renault class, Remigio De Pasqua, and then we've got Scott Dick running back here in second place, and running in third place it is Jim Oliver. Jim Oliver is quite a little bit of a ways back off of Scott Dick, but he can still see them out the front of his car here, out his helmet visor, but Scott Dick can see him in his rearview mirrors, and I know Remigio De Pasqua is looking in his rearview mirrors to see if Scott Dick's catching him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is. And so Remigio's going to have some work to do to keep him at bay as we've got 4 laps to go here in the Formula Renault category. Let's go back up front here to your leaders here in the IndyCar category, which is Donald Strout. And I tell you, he's just still doing an amazing job here with having a 15.5-second lead over second place Andy Morgan. And he's coming to the line here to make it 3 laps to go.
I imagine he's in cruise control right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he could make a small mistake and still have plenty enough, leeway in between them and have a good finish. But if he'd have a major mistake, I'm pretty sure Andy Morgan would probably catch him, and he would be in contention there to get the win if he would happen to run off the track and took a few minutes to get back up onto the racetrack. If he'd run way out in the sand trap, if he just clipped the grass just a tad bit and get in the sand trap just a little bit, get back onto the racetrack, that ain't going to hurt him at all. So he has the ability to make a small mistake here, but he doesn't have the ability to make a huge mistake because that will cost him. But greatly to see him, and he's even gaining right now. I see right here he's gained half a second from just in one lap, half a lap right here. I mean, when he come around to start finish line there, he was 15.5 seconds ahead. Now he's 16.2. So, wow, he's just gaining even more. But then we can see right here coming out of that corner on the back straightaway, he did lose a little bit. So it looks like going through the corners he's losing, but on the straightaways he's gaining. So we know Donald Strout is looking pretty fast on the straightaway speed, but the cornering speed is where these guys are starting to gain on him. But since he's so far out there, it's not enough to really catch him with just coming around 2 laps to go.
Remigio's got company.
Yes, he does. Let's go back here and take a look at this. Remigio De Pasqua and Scott Dick battling for the lead here in the Formula Renault class. Wow, you can see right here, the Indycars are already on 2 to go. But these guys here, they're still on 3 to go. They haven't come around to make 2 to go yet for the Formula Renaults. Let's go to second place here in the IndyCar category, and that is Andy Morgan. But you can see Marcel Gutierrez is 3.5 seconds behind Andy Morgan. So Andy Morgan right now has a little bit of breathing room between him and Marcel Gutierrez, but it's not enough if he'd happen to make a mistake. So I think right now Andy's not on cruise control, neither is Marcel Gutierrez. But we know Donald Strout is he's gained now a 17.1 second lead over these guys. Wow, amazing. And there Donald Strout takes the white flag. The last lap for Donald Strout here to go around Monza as he's coming into the first turn, the chicane here. And wow, what a drive today for the number 8 machine here of Donald Strout. And I tell you, this is an amazing effort by this crew here to get this driver, this car, up to this racing speed into this caliber of racing here to get him a win here today. It ain't over yet, though. As I said, he can make a small mistake and be okay. We're going to watch Donald Stroud here and see how he takes the last couple of corners here coming up to them, and if he can make it back around without any incidents. But he's been so just perfect on his corner entries and his corner exits all day so far today. I don't think he's going to make a mistake. All right, coming around the last corner here, folks, today to take the checkered flag here at Monza. Donald Stroud with a dominating performance comes across the start-finish line here, and he'll be going to victory lane today here at Monza. Number 8 IndyCar.
Oh, Scott Dick just made a hell of a dive to make it past Remigio.
Wow. I missed it, but wow.
He's giving it back. He gave it back.
He did. And it looks like
I guess he felt that was a bit dirty.
Yeah. Looks like Remigio will get the win here. But let's go back real quick before we get a word in at these guys and take a look at that. Instant replay here. All right, we're riding with Scott Dick here as they're coming into the last corner here. He's on Remigio de Pasqua here. Remigio looked like he went wide out there. Wow, look at that move right there. Ooh, they made some contact right there with Scott Dick's rear wheels and Remigio's front wing there. Wow, and then coming out of the last corner, Scott, I think, just felt a little bit like it was, wow, and he gave the position back, and it looks like Remigio will be indeed the winner here. I don't believe we'll get to talk to Remigio, though. I don't believe he has a mic. We'll probably get a word in with Donald Stroud and Andy Morgan, at least, and then we'll get a word in with second place in the Formula Renaults. So let's go down here and get ready to talk with these guys.
Congrats, Donald, Andy, and Marcel, and Remigio, Scott, and Jim.
Thanks, everyone. It was a fun race.
Yep, congratulations.
Donald Stroud, you got a copy?
I do, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Well, tell us about your racing out there today, Donald. What an amazing performance you had from start to finish. You led every single lap, and just tell us about that race start. That was an amazing initial race start there to the green flag. You got an amazing run on your competitors there in the IndyCar field, and then you finished ahead of them by almost 17 seconds. So just kind of give us your thoughts on that and the amazing race car you had there today at Monza.
Well, in regards to the start, I think basically Joe jumped as soon as the pace car went in, and then as soon as he let off, that's when I took off, so it was like perfect timing. and I guess everybody else was following Joe, so I just took off and went into turn one. But then the track seemed to be very slippery today compared to what I expected, so I was concerned about running out of fuel and the fact that the track was a lot more slippery than I was expecting. So drove really careful, and I think some other people had issues with the slipperiness also.
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen a few drivers there. The race start looked like they were, having some issues there with that slipperiness and spinning their tires. So yeah, very tricky out there today with that, in consideration. The way you guys drove your race cars today, I mean, man, just the amount of practice you guys must have done in order to, be an accomplishment like this. Kind of tell us your thoughts on that, how much you practiced to get into today's race here for Monza.
Well, I always practice a lot, so I put in a lot of time here and turned some pretty good laps here before the new season update. For some reason, I think the tires have changed slightly because they fell off a lot faster than they did previously. So maybe the result of the new tire model or the changes on the update with the Season 2 made a little difference on how the tires held up. I noticed that we were down to 87% towards the end of the race, which is not what I ran previous to this update. So basically just lots of practice, and practice makes perfect, and I generally will run 200 or 300 laps on these before we do a race.
That's cool. It's great that you put in that amount of time and effort to come out here and show that your best efforts out here in these race cars and be able to prove to other racers that you're here to win races. So that's amazing. That's great. I think you're right about that, Don, with the tire change. I do know the iRacing's build. They did make some tire changes to a lot of cars, so that could be a possibility of that. But I don't think that affected you at all today, as you led every single lap of the race and you come out here and got the win. And man, you were just ahead of second place by a long amount of time. So congratulations to you, Donald, on your win today here at Monza. Do you have anybody that you'd like to give thanks or shout out to before you go celebrate your victory?
As always, thank God for all of his blessings, and thank everybody for showing up. I hope everybody had a great time, and we'll see you next week. We'll be at Spa next week with the HPD and the Pro Mazda.
That'll be a very interesting race compared to today's race as well. All right, well, thank you, Donald, and we'll see you next week. All right, Andy Morgan. Andy Morgan, do you have a copy?
Good evening, Jeff. Yes, I do. Loud and clear.
Well, Andy, tell us about your day today here in the Indycars here at Monza. You started 7th, which is last in the IndyCar field, and you worked your way up to 2nd. We've seen a few IndyCar drivers have a few ups and downs and troubles here in their race today. But tell us how you stayed out of all of that to get up to a 2nd place finish and how your race car felt out there.
Well, my game plan was a little bit different. I hadn't had any practice coming into the session at all, so I only had the 20 minutes to get the feel for the car and everything. As Donald was saying with his tyres, at the end my tyres were only 97%, so I wasn't pushing as hard as Donald. So my game plan was to just take it steady, not try and go off track, and just try and pick up the places as other people had off tracks. I had one little excursion when I had a Formula Renault spin in front of me on one of the Lesmos, which got me a couple of places, but I made them back up, so I'm happy.
Exactly, yeah. We thought that maybe Donald was on cruise control out there due to being out there by about 16 seconds in front of you. But we knew Marcel Gutierrez was right behind you. So did that put any stress on you? And you said your tires weren't that worn, but knowing that Marcel Gutierrez was back there, you must have been pretty cool under pressure to not wear out your tires, just knowing he was back there behind you, getting ready to race your position.
No, I just decided to take it steady. I'd noticed that he was having a few issues, especially in the first chicane. That's where I got past him last time when he had a bit of a course cut, and so I had to drop back a bit. Once I had about a three second gap on him, I thought it would be very hard for him to close that then. One thing I forgot to do was to map the push to pass button, so I didn't have that to use today.
Oh no, that could have been interesting to see if anybody did use push to pass out there. I actually didn't remember that the Indycars do have that. I'm thinking Formula One car. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see if anybody maybe have used that today. But that sucks that you forgot to map your button for that. But anyway, congratulations here on your second place finish in the IndyCars today. Great run for you out there, starting from 7th place around Monza. Do you have anybody that you'd like to give thanks or shout out to before you go celebrate your second place finish?
Yes, yeah, sure. Just thank everyone that turned up today, and Don for putting this on. I love this series. I look forward to it every week.
All right, Andy. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Spa. Good luck next week at Spa as well.
Thank you.
All right, Scott, Dick, you got a copy?
Can you hear me, Jeff?
Loud and clear. It looks like Remigio disconnected before we could get a word in with him here, so we'll go ahead and get your info here, your input on your race today, finishing in second place. Good run for you out there. You gave Remigio an awesome battle out there today. Kind of tell us what happened there in the last stage of the run there, coming out of the last corner. It looks like something might have happened between you and him, and you made some contact.
Yeah, he was fast the whole day. This is probably one of my least favorite tracks. Those two chicanes will definitely put you in the fence if you're not careful. But he was fast, and I had a good run on him, and we bumped. I got ahead of him, and then we bumped a little bit, and I would have beat him to the checker, but I gave up the spot because I thought that was the right thing to do because he deserved the win. But he definitely gave me a run for my money.
Yeah, exactly. That was an amazing race between you two there today, and that was just fun to watch with you two battling out there. With that being in mind, when you were battling him, we seen there, I believe it was, I've lost my results. Jim Oliver, he wasn't too far behind you guys either there. So did that put any pressure on you when Jim Oliver's behind you guys to get up there and race with Remigio? But I think there around the end he did kind of fall off there of you guys a little bit.
Oh yeah, he was definitely. I was checking my mirrors and looking at the time difference, so I knew he was there and he was coming strong. And then towards the end, we had to pick it up, or else it would have been a three-way fight for it. So he did a great job, and it was definitely kept me busy. And since I'm going to Italy next week, I think I'll skip this track. How's that?
Sounds good. Well, Scott, congratulations on your second place finish here this afternoon. Do you have anybody that you'd like to give thanks or shout out to before you go celebrate?
Yes, sir. Thanks again for you guys, you and Donald, for doing all this stuff and the commentary. It's fun to watch the stuff on YouTube, and I appreciate it and look forward to it. And unfortunately, next week I don't think I'll be able to run because I'll be out of town, but look forward to the week after. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
All right, Scott, well, thank you, and hopefully, we'll look forward to you. If you can't make it next week, we'll look forward to seeing you in the race after next week, and good luck in your race efforts then.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, Charles, let's run down through the results here, and we'll close this race out. Donald Strout will come home with the win here. An amazing race for him today here at Monza. There in the racing today for these guys. He'll come home there in the winner's circle. Andy Morgan will finish in second place. Marcel Gutierrez will finish third. Steven Kartner will finish in fourth. Joost van de Ven will finish in fifth. Andrew Fiedler will finish sixth. And Bruce Poole will finish in seventh position. Charles?
All right, coming home first, winning at his home track, Remigio de Pasqua. Finishing second will be Scott Dick. Jim Oliver will finish third. Finishing fourth will be Gianni Raspato. Fifth will be Richard Colombi. Sixth will be Kenneth Baldwin. Joel Martin will come home seventh, and Jose Carlos Campodonico will round out the field.
Exactly. All right. Well, for us here at Redline TV, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. And this is an amazing race today here at Monza between the IndyCars and the Formula O's. We'll see you next week when we break them their coverage of Spa, which I think will be another great, interesting race. Until then, folks, we'll see you then.